everyone, welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. My name's Safia and today I am sharing a card. I think this is going to be a Valentine's card. So I'm sharing a Valentine's card made using the Vivid Script sentiments, which are these. I love them so much, you guys. I love big sentiments and I was really excited that I get this set to show to you guys. I'm also using the Blooming Butterflies. This is also from Vivid Expressions and I love the embossing folders, so I decided to pick this, and I have really nothing with butterflies, so I thought that'd be really fun. So I'm going to show you how to use this. What I'm doing right now is just lining up that piece of paper to see that it's going to fit everything in that folder. And then I'm taking my dies and I'm laying them down in the other side of the folder. There's like little slots that you can lay them in. Just make sure the cutting side is facing up. So those lines should be facing up. And I'm just trying to line all of those up in the embossing folder. I got it wrong though, like that butterfly was a little bit bigger. So I'm just switching those around. And then I decided to do the leaves and the flower too. I didn't really end up using those pieces and even one of the butterflies. So I'm gonna save that for a different card that I'm gonna work on later. You might wanna check that out because I'm gonna do it on my own channel. So if you wanna keep watching, go visit my channel and you can see how I made the second card. So now I just ran the entire thing through my die cutting machine or embossing machine, and you have to see how pretty they look. I did just use the 3D sandwich that you're supposed to use if you have a 3D embossing folder, and that seemed to cut and emboss at the same time. So everything here looks really pretty. I'm not sure if people just emboss like a corner of the page. Like, I don't know if you can do that necessarily because the butterflies and the flowers are kind of in the way. So this is just the way I did it. I just did everything separately. So now I'm taking some Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink, and I decided to go over all of the little leaves on the embossing folder there. I at first thought maybe I should make like a white on white card, but then I had like this vision of pastels in my mind and I really wanted to do like a pastel colored card for Valentine's Day. And I think it's just so pretty because I feel like spring is coming and these colors just all go so well together. So I will link everything down below if you're looking for these colors. They are available in the ScrapbookPal store, which is fabulous. I'm finally starting to add a little bit more to my collection. So now I can use them in my videos, which is great. So that's the corner piece. And now for the butterflies, I just decided to do the shaded lilac for the big one, and I started in the center so that center piece looks really filled out, and then just blended outwards, and then I kind of put a bent in the middle just to make it look like the butterflies actually flying. And then I did pink for my second butterfly, and again the same thing, just made sure all the white parts were kind of done and then folded it in the middle. So for this piece, I decided to go directly onto the card base. I figured there was no use putting an additional white piece of paper underneath when the card base was already white. So I'm just putting some foam squares on my big corner piece because I wanted it to have some shadow underneath there and look like it was lifted. And now I'm just going to stick this on to the corner of my card base. And you can see how I lined it up. I did it upside down. And I left a space on the side that was just like an extra. It just looks like it's almost extra. And so I wanted to cut that part off. So that's what I'm doing now. This is just like the extras. If you had a bigger sized card, I suppose you wouldn't have to cut any of that off. But I just cut it to my card size there. And so I'm just trimming that off. And overall, I'm so happy with how this looks on the front, you guys. It just makes that white color pop so much. So now I decided to put some gold splatter on the white part of the card, and I kind of covered up the rest of the card, but not really. I knew exactly where I wanted it to go, so once it was on there, I didn't really do more because I know that's when you kind of mess it up. And then I also took a little bit of that gold watercolor ink and I added it to the centers of those butterflies and just on the shadow lines there, just so that everything comes together and there isn't just gold in one part of the card and not anywhere else. So I did that on the purple and then I did that on the pink butterfly and called it a day. So now for my greeting, I'm using the Hugs Enclosed. I did that in gold and I did the background of the greeting in some vellum paper. And now I'm just adhering those together. You have to use a very little glue for this, you guys. Just like little spots is perfect, like what I'm doing there. And then just spreading it across the rest of the greeting so that you don't get glue everywhere. Because if you do, that shiny foil paper is gonna look stained, which is not ideal. And then the vellum also looks really weird if you can see glue on there. So I just put some blocks over that to dry. And now I'm just gonna put my butterflies down so I kind of know where I want them. And I'm just putting some glue in the middle and then adhering those down onto the card base. And then doing the same thing with the pink one. The nice thing is because there was no panel underneath it, there's no, like the space is pretty big, so you can actually fit the two butterflies on there. And I wanted a nice full looking card. So for my greetings, I've just cut some foam into strips and then stuck them in behind. You can't really see them there. I don't know if you can, like you can a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it because it's not noticeable at all. So I just put them wherever there was space because I wanted them to pop up. I tried to put them down initially without the foam and it didn't look great. Like it just, yeah, it looks way better with the foam. Another option you have is you could cut this out on foam paper and then you wouldn't have to add foam to the back. So there it is, you guys. I'm almost done here. I decided I wanted to throw some metallic gold butterflies on there because I have them in my stash and I knew they would look so cute on the card. And so I'm just putting those on. And that is my card for you today. You can do so much with this embossing folder. If you visit the Spellbinders website, they have like an example with a black card, which is initially what I wanted to do, but because they already demonstrated that, I decided to do mine on white. But anyways, I hope you've liked it. If you do, make sure you subscribe to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. Please follow my YouTube channel as well, which is Stampin' with Safia, and go ahead and browse the channel. The other designers have such beautiful projects this year, you guys. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm going to link 2 of them up here below for you, and if you want to keep watching, you are free to do so. Again, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you guys all have a lovely week. Bye!